Hello everybody, DragonCookiez here with another Bukkit plugin tutorial / showcase. And today I am doing a video on a plugin that I just recently finished developing, and it is called EasyPunishments. And it is a punishment system that utilizes an Inventory GUI. It also tracks previous punishments as well as their time that they took place, what they were, who did it, and information like that. And it punishes players with preset reasons that you can edit, add, and configure in the config.yml file. And I will have more information on that later, and in the description and in the plugin description. So let's start off with the basic command to use this plugin. So it's /EasyPunishments, like that. It's gonna, when I type this command and I press enter, it's gonna show up a GUI. I'm going to close the GUI just so I can show you that there's 3 other aliases you can use, other commands to do the same exact thing, and instead of typing out easy punishments, so we'll type that, shows up the GUI, press E to close it, /punish is another one, /EP is another one, and /P. So all of those work the same way, act in the same way, do the same thing. So now that we have this GUI open, and it started to rain, so toggle downfall, /toggle downfall. There we go. So /P. So now that this GUI is open, you'll see that there's a player head right here. It says DragonCookiez, and there's also a TNT block here. And the TNT block, if we hover over it, it'll say kick all, and it will kick every player on the server listed below. So there are only 36 slots below. So the first 36 players with alphabetical order will be kicked. This is the reason why this is because there's limitations on the inventory. If you go past 54 slots, it does work. You can have 63, but the inventory will glitch out. It'll look extremely weird, and all the items will be like in the middle of slots, not on the slot. So in the future I will change that, and I will add an arrow that right here with multiple pages where you can click that and it'll send you to the next page, and you'll click this one and it'll send you to the next page as well. So I'll have that instead. So if we click this, and also the players below listed below are players that do not have the permission ep.bypass. So ep.bypass will prevent you from being subject to the punish system. So let's try the kick all. So when we kick all, see DragonCookiez has left the game. It'll kick DragonCookiez, and they will receive the message kick all, and it'll say who did it. So let's join back in. And so now if we do the same thing, /P, it'll show up again, and now we're going to click on DragonCookiez. So if we click on DragonCookiez, you'll see that it shows up DragonCookiez' info. And right here it'll say all the past warnings. So if they had any warnings any punishments that were warnings, it'll show up. If they had any kicks, it'll show up. If they had any bans, it'll show up. And those are the 3 current types of punishments. I do plan on adding more in the future, but right now those are the only ones. So right here shows their name, shows whether they are currently banned or not. You can clear the punishments. This sponge will only appear if you have the permission ep.clear. And to punish the player, you would click the TNT block. So let's click the TNT block, bring us to this, which says punish DragonCookiez. Same thing, username, the warnings, kicks, and bans. So these are the possible ones we can pick. So these are the ones currently configured in the config. So there's breaking rules, there's hacking, cyberbullying, grief. You can edit these, you can change them, you can add some, you can delete them. Just keep in mind you can only have 16 of the warnings, 16 kicks, and 8 bans. And this reason is the same for the reason why there's only 36 players, because the inventory limitations. So I'm going to show you just to show you the warning. So if I click this, it's now under DragonCookiez' warnings. And on the bottom left, you can see how it says punish DragonCookiez. And yeah, so if we were to exit this screen and we type /P, I'm going back to DragonCookiez. See, the warning is still there. So it doesn't go away unless we click this, which clears punishments. So we click this, punishments go away, and they're no longer on record. This also unbans the player if they are currently banned, so keep that in mind when you're using it. So now let's try banning the player. So we ban the player, we click grief because bans are down here, then this will turn into a redstone torch. Their bans will show up down here, and they will not be able to join the game until, if you have the permission ep.unban, you can click here, and if you click this, the player will be unbanned, and they will be able to join. So now let's clear that again, and I'll show you the same thing, only with the clearing. So if we were to clear this, they are unbanned, and they can join again. So that's the banning, that's also the warnings. So now let's see kicks. So if you kick a player, they'll be kicked, their punishments show up here. So now that they're kicked, let's just do some more, just so that you can see that they will show up on the bottom. You can have multiple of the same. And if I actually haven't showed you this. So if you hover over one of the blocks, that is their past warnings or past kicks or past bans, it'll say the reason, so that would be breaking rules, the message they received, so make sure you know the rules before you break them, who performed the punishment, and what day and what time that it happened. So let's clear these, and let's join back in. Okay. So now what happens is if we do /p, it'll show the online players. So what happens if, say, this player griefs something, sees you, and then, like all players, disconnects? Well, you can see if you type /p, they no longer show up. So what do? Type /p, DragonCookiez. Use their username, and it'll show up their info. So if you type /p notch, since they haven't played, it cannot match the username to any UID that is currently saved in your files. So /p DragonCookiez. If you notice, it's at a UID. So this plugin is compatible with the UIDs that are going to be introduced in 1.8, so it will not break, hopefully, after the 1.8 release. And yeah, so now that they're disconnected, we can ban them, and problem solved. They can't join. So we'll do that again to unban, and let DragonCookiez back on. Here we go. And, oops, /p DragonCookiez. Okay, and say you're going to punish them and you don't want to, simply just press E, and you will escape the screen. So I do have future plans for this plugin. Those include, as I said earlier, so if I type /p, there's only 36 that are available, 36 slots that you can have players in. So one of my future plans is to have the pages where you can go left, previous, and next. I will also add where you can click this and remove that individual punishment instead of having to clear everything. There will also be one where you can clear all the same type, so you can clear all warnings, all kicks, and all bans. There will also be a scroll for punishments. So if you were to if you needed more than 8 punishments of, say, bans, you'll be able to scroll to the side for more. And we'll also have more types, so there'll be temp bans, there'll be mutes, and etc. And yeah, so there are a few permissions. So the basic permission for /EasyPunishments is ep.ep. To warn players, so to be able to use the warnings, it has to be ep.warn. To be able to kick, it's ep.kick. To be able to ban, ep.ban. In order to use the kick all, you have to have ep.kickall. In order to unban, you have to have ep.unban. In order to clear punishment, you have to have ep.clear. And in order to bypass all this, you have to have ep.bypass. So that was the video on the video/showcase/tutorial on how to use EasyPunishments. Plugin info will be in the description as well as the download link and Bukkit dev link. It will be on Bukkit dev soon. And if you like this video, add a like. You can comment if you have questions, and subscribe if you want to see future plugins that I release when I release them. So thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.